What's up, e-bikers? This is the Happyrun G70, 1000 watt, 2 batteries. Let's go. What's good, e-bikers? Another e-moped in the house. This is the Happyrun G70. It is a 20 by 4 inch dual suspension, dual battery e-moped. So it's got a 1000 watt motor back here. It's got 2 batteries. We'll get into that. It's got full suspension, of course, NFC unlock for the key. And let me tell you more about what this e-bike has to offer. It's $13.99 on the Happyrun website. It's on sale right now. And it's set up for passenger or cargo as well. We'll get into that as well. When it comes to sizing, this e-bike is 96 pounds. Seat height is about 32 inches, and the payload is 330 pounds overall. Styling wise, it's pretty nice looking. I think it's the same frame as that Rave Bullet GT I reviewed a couple of years back. So I've seen this frame before, but overall the look and feel is kind of nice. It's got this little cutout here where the batteries go in, and the whole black look. It looks pretty sharp with the turn signals as well and stuff. So not much to complain about here in terms of the styling overall. It looks good. Tires and brakes, we have these 20 by 4 kind of no-name knobby tires here with typical knobby tread on them. Rotors are 160s, so on the smaller side, and these are overland hydraulic disc brakes, which stopping power so far seems to be pretty good, so can't complain there. And of course, you've got a front shock as well, kind of a twin fork shock almost, with some pretty decent travel overall. There is a preload and a locket over there. Here's a look at that mid shock here. It doesn't seem to be much adjustment here. There's a kind of a dial here, but it doesn't seem to want to twist for me, so I don't think you can adjust this, but the suspension overall seems pretty decently. Let me sit on it and show you how that looks. This is that front fork. It's got a decent amount of travel to it. When it comes to the batteries, again, 2 batteries here. This is a 48 volt 20 amp hour on top, and below it sits a 48 volt 18 amp hour. So a total of 38 amp hours. Should give you a pretty good range. I'll try and test that out for you. But there's something different about this e-bike, which is a little unusual. It's not a bad thing. But these batteries do not work in tandem. So there's no balancer in here. You have to switch it to the other battery once the top one runs out here. And the way to do that is via switch right up to here. Let me show you. So here's the toggle switch for the battery. So right now, the one line is for the top. And if you want to go to the second battery, which is the bottom one, you got to flip that up. And now it's on the second battery there on the bottom. So a little bit of a, got to remember how to do that when you do run out of juice on that top battery. All right, here is your cockpit. So starting on the right-hand side, you have your basic grips here. Get your quarter twist throttle. This is essentially your mode button here to toggle between the different levels of assist. We'll get into the display in a minute here. I'm going to go in the dark so I can show it to you, because it is hard to see during the daylight here. It's kind of like it's almost like a retro LED screen you might see from the 80s. So I don't know if it's cool or if it's weird, but I'll show it to you shortly. You got this Shimano basic shifter here. I can only shift up to about 5th gear. I can't seem to get into 6th and 7th. On the left side, you've got the other control panel for the lights, your turn signals, and the horn. And of course, your grip and your hydraulic brakes from Overland. Let me show you the lights. So there's your headlight. Looks pretty bright. I'll try and get a night action shot for you as well. And you got turn signals here. So you got front and rear turn signals there and there. You can put on both at the same time, and they also beep. So let's check out that rear one. Pretty nice. You can see the display flashes overall. There's no auto shutoff though. You got to turn them off when you're ready. And here's what that front looks like as well. Here's the G70 at night. There's that display I was talking about in the darkness. And that headlight is pretty bright, guys. It has a pretty big throw. Let me get you some shots here. I mean, it's going all the way across the street there. It's lighting at people's houses. So definitely pretty powerful light here on the G70. All right, to start this bike, you need the NFC key, which comes with 2 of these. You're gonna hit the green button on the right. Bike's gonna come on. There you go. Now the display is turned on, and you can see what it looks like there here in the garage. You got your speed limit here. You got your battery levels, Happyrun logo, trip, and not sure what other modes it has. Doesn't seem to have any. If I hit the green button again, there's your 5th position, back to 0. So you have to hold this green button to change your PS levels each time. Okay, there's no up and down. There's no plus and minus on this e-bike, so it's a little bit different than you might be used to. I'm going to lift the bike up, see how fast the display goes. .36 seems to top out there with no load, so we'll test it out with a rider. So you can put a passenger backrest on this thing, or you can add this cargo rack back here. So pretty big rack, pretty thick, and it's going to sit right back here. There's, I think, 4 bolts underneath, so we're going to pop those off, and I'm going to install that. Should make a really good delivery e-bike with those 2 batteries. Be long range, and should get you where you want to go. All right, so underneath the bike there are 4 screws we got to take out for the seat, and we should be able to get this rack on, so stay tuned. There's a bunch of like black spacers in there, so not exactly sure if those goes on the bottom or on the top. We'll figure it out. Got a nice handy little wrench here to get these bolts out of here, and they do fit in there, so should be pretty easy to get that seat off. I recommend taking off the rear tail light so you can get underneath there at the screws. So I think this is how the washers go and the screws. So they're going to sit here as kind of buffers for that rack, because there's a gap between this wrap part of the rack and the actual rack itself. So I believe this is how it goes. And then just put a washer and nut at the bottom of it to tighten it up, I guess. All right, I got the first 2 on very loosely, so we got to tighten those up. But let me see if I can get the front one started here, and then we'll tighten everything up all at once. Okay, so I've got all the bolts in there. Just got to tighten everything up now. All right, the rack is installed now. 4 bolts. Here's the underside. Ready for cargo, guys. All right, here's the G70 with the rack on the back. So the usable area here is about 14 by 12. So it's what you're looking at here from a cargo standpoint, maybe a milk crate or a delivery bag if you can find one that fits. But that's what she looks like, all dressed up now, ready for cargo. All right, let's get this Happyrun out on the road, do a road test with it. I'm just throttling this bike. I'm not pedaling this thing at all because I'm tall, and these e-bikes are not for tall guys. Pedaling experience is way too rough, let's say. But this is a throttle-only e-bike. It's got 2 big batteries, so we should get plenty of range on this thing. And we'll do a speed test, hill test, test out the brakes, do a little downhill run, coasting, see how fast we can go. and put this thing through its paces. So again, $13.99 on sale right now on the Happyrun website. Link in the description there if you want to pick one up. And let's go, guys. Come on. All right, first test. See how the torque is going across the street here. Again, a 1,000-watt motor. Supposedly peaks at 2. Pretty solid. Nothing spectacular. I'm sitting back a little bit. I didn't put the rear rack on yet because I want to do the range test first and everything, or do the road test first before I did that, because I think it's going to limit my seating position a bit. A little bump here. Nice, nothing. Felt good. Suspension's pretty good. Yeah, no complaints about suspension. Feels like I'm riding a motorcycle, of course. Most of these E-Mopeds do. Brakes seem pretty grippy. A little slippery, a little wet out today, so take it easy around these corners. So far, the speed seems to match my GPS app. Maybe not, so 25, 22, I'd be up a couple. Let's do the speed test first. We'll go to my flat ground area and check back in shortly. Alright, here's my flat ground test there. Here we go. Top speed run, throttle only. I'm in PS5 already. It's 26 on the bike, 25 on the computer. 29, 27, 30 on the bike, 28 on the phone, and we're out of room here. Alright, I gotta go find a longer street here to do this. I topped up both the batteries, but this battery bar seems to indicate I'm not at full charge, but hang on, I think I am. So let's try this here. It's gonna take a while to get to 30 at least, so it's one of those slow lumbering motors back there that eventually reaches its top speed. Alright, we're at 24 on the phone, 27 on the bike, 26. I'm gonna have to go around the corner here and do this. $27 on the bike. 28, 26 on the phone, 30 on the bike, 28 on the phone. Still can't crack 30 here. I'll give it one more shot, we'll see. We're gonna stretch here, so let's try this here. I have to blow the stop sign up here. No one's coming, good. All right. 29 on the phone, slight decline here. 30 on the phone, 32 on the bike, 32 on the phone. Always with a slight decline. And we're holding steady around 30 miles an hour here, looks like. So there you go. All right, put my turn signal on, left turn signal. It's actually useful in this case. There's the screen here. It's very grayed out in the sunlight. I can barely see it. I mean, I can see it, but the speed is especially hard to read during the day. So at night, you should have no problem. All right, turn my signal off. Again, this is a very lumbering motor here, so not a whole lot of torque from what it seems like. All right, hill test time. Here we go. 3 levels list hill. Medium, 10% grade, and then a really steep grade up top. Yeah, we're doing 13, 14 on the bike, 12 on the phone. Looks like the sun is trying to come out. 14, holding steady around there. Up past this car, it becomes more like a 10% grade, so A little bit steeper up here. We better not crack, below 10 miles an hour. I would not expect that out of a 1,000 watt motor. So I'm expecting hopefully nothing less than 11. But we're slowing down pretty quick here. 12 on the phone, 11. Yeah, not a lot of low end torque in this bike. There's 10 on the phone. And we're going to top out around 9 miles an hour was the minimum speed up there. So if I had pedaled a little bit, it would have helped it. But let's try this steeper hill here. I'll pedal on this one here, and we'll see how we do. And also, we'll get a running start, get some momentum. Now let's do this slower. All right, it's here. So here we go. And then pedal says 5. Oh yeah, it's crawling. Let's try the throttle. 5 miles an hour was the minimum speed uphill. So, these more affordable, higher speed e-bikes don't have a lot of torque back there. They'll do the job, but you're not going to get there in a hurry for sure. So keep that in mind. Let's test out the brakes here on this steep hill. Well, there goes Fido. I was going to do a little camera shot there, but I don't know if he's barking all day. Alright, here goes our downhill run. Just going to coast with no power and see how steady it is. It's got pretty good balance, I would say, overall. "26, 28, tap that rear brake for a second, 29, 30. All right. Feel that wind through my head. "32, 33. It does brakes. A little fishtail there. All right. Alright, let's talk about the likes and dislikes for this Happyrun G70 E-Moped style e-bike. So first of all, this bike is fun to ride. Most of these e-mopeds are. Just cruising around those corners and hitting that throttle. That's the allure of these bikes, and this bike does just that, right? It goes about 30 miles an hour roughly, depending on your weight. I weigh about 180, so if you weigh less than me, you might get a little more speed out of it. You got the knobby tires there. You got the dual suspension, which works really great. No complaints there. You got turn signals front and back. You don't get that on many $13.99 e-bikes in the market. So another good thing about the bike is the price, and I guess the looks too, if you want to go there. This light looks pretty bright. I got to test it at night, but I'll probably already have shown you that in the video if you're watching this. And what do I don't like? The only things I don't like really mainly are this display. It is very hard to read in the daylight here. It's probably flashing on the screen right now for you. And the shifter doesn't go past 5th gear. So I don't really care. I'm not going to pedal this thing anyway. So those are the two negatives I've seen so far. The fact that you have to switch the batteries is also kind of a negative. Because most e-bikes with dual batteries have balancers in there, but other than that, I don't have too much to complain about. Again, these are affordable e-bikes. You can get issues with quality at times on any company. First experience at Happyrun, it works pretty much as advertised. The Happyrun G70 is a pretty cool looking bike. It's fun, it's quick, and you should enjoy it if you pick one up. So I'll throw a link in the description. And thanks for watching Crisscross, guys. Let me know what you think about this Happyrun. They have other bikes as well, some more powerful ones too, which are kind of cool looking, more like motorcycle style. So check them out, and I'll see you on the next Crisscross. I'm out.